Hey guys, welcome to Code with Chris. We're gonna have some fun today. So we'll start with a couple little housekeeping things, some changes I want to make. So right now we are on the master branch, and that's the only branch we have. That's not really how I want to run this. We need to have a working branch, and the master needs to stay stable. At this point in this project, that's not really necessary, but let's do good habits, okay? So we're going to create another branch and call it dev. And that'll be our working branch, because that's what I want to call it. I'll set up my push. All right, so now we have this dev branch. That's what we're going to do all of our working branching from. So if you want to do a PR, please branch off of dev, not main. So that's one thing I wanted to do and get going. Another thing I want to do is you can still see we have just the standard README here. I really need to get working on this README and get things going there. But I hate doing documentation. So I'm going to find ways to procrastinate on that. So what I want to do is go ahead and put in an issue that we need to do that, so we don't start losing things. So that's what we're going to do. So my automated messages are, oh god, restream, come on, man. Pushing them 3 times. Give me a break. So, you know, guys, just read the first message and ignore the rest of them. So... Way to go, fingers. Actual goodness. Started. We also want to take a look at putting some labels in here. But for now, we will just use the ones that are here because I really don't want to do anything else. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so now we are going to take a look at doing some code. All right, so let's take a look at our specs. We want to get to the notes, because that's really kind of the core of this. So let us do something meaningful with these specs. Also, we want to get rid of this stuff. These are not meaningful specs. It's fine. We don't need this. Hey, John. Welcome. Why is Ruby so challenging to install? Depends on what you mean by challenging and depends on which environment you're trying to install it in. Are you doing it on Linux? Windows? Mac? What? And what troubles are you having? Windows! Oh, well. I would highly recommend... You can do it in Windows, but I would very highly recommend getting VirtualBox and setting yourself up a Linux VM, which is what I'm doing here. I'm running on a Windows host with a Windows VM. I mean, a Linux VM, Ubuntu. I find it much easier to deal with, but yeah, Windows is not the best environment to run Ruby in, I've found. Mac OS, well, I mean, it depends on one thing. Well, and some other stuff. Had to get Xcode installed. Yeah. Well, what problems are you having specifically? Maybe we can help. Yeah, well, depending on the Mac that you're using, it could take a while. Ruby takes a while to just install, but so yes, 'tis true. All right, so we don't need that. That's a nothing test. Just wanted to try out Jekyll. Well, I mean, I've never personally used Jekyll, but what's a bundler and a bundle? So Ruby has plugins and they're called gems, and bundler helps use a gem file like this to say, here are the gems I want to include in my project. And bundler, when you say bundle, it says, okay, I'm going to take the gem file, I'm going to go get this stuff, I'm going to install it for you and bundle it all together. That's in a nutshell. Yeah, kind of like NPM. It's a package manager, essentially. So I take it you're kind of coming from a Node background then, and trying to get into some Ruby stuff. All right, so now that we've gotten that garbage out of the way, Golang, yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it does. It definitely has Jekyll and lots of web dev stuff. We're using Rails here specifically on top of Ruby. So this is the web. Rails is a web framework on top of Ruby. But yeah, I mean, Ruby can be difficult to install, and I really had a nightmare. Yes, typically Rails is server-side rendering, though it doesn't have to be. I mean, you could put JavaScript in it and push rendering and stuff down to the client side, but the kind of typical way to use Rails is server-side rendering, yes. Like, yeah, it definitely. So this is something we actually had a conversation on about on the Rubber Duck Dev Show a while back, which was Crest and I have both been doing this for several decades, development, and just see these patterns, this stuff ping-ponging between server side, client side, server side, client side, server side, you know, and it just goes back and forth constantly. So yes, I think the pendulum is swinging back to server side now. Something about just being able to write HTML and server side stuff all in one file like PHP. I mean, if that's your thing, you do you. I don't personally like that. That breaks my brain, but that's because that's my way of thinking. I come from an object-oriented background, so I'm... Oh, for quick... Yeah, if you're doing just quick and dirty hammer and duct tape stuff, sure. Yeah, more object-oriented, separation of concerns, single responsibility principle, all the fancy words that I know, that can make me sound smart, yeah, all those big words. Oh, there aren't. Yeah, I've never actually used Go, so. So let's see, y'all. All right, let's get this junk out of the way. Learn Go in a day. Well, good. Yeah, it's something I've just never had a reason to try to go learn. I'm so busy with the work I do in Ruby that learning another language at this point would just be, I think, too much for my brain. I think my stack would pop. All right, so we're going to get rid of these model specs and go to, is Ruby performant? Depends on what you're doing with it. So if you mean performant like writing games in Ruby, not particularly. Also, Ruby is getting better and better, and it depends on how you set the architecture up. You can do multi-threading, which would make it more performant. There's things that you can do in how you do your code that will make it more performant. That's generally true of all languages, really, but well, most of the time that's true, but it's not because of the database. It's more often because of the disk I/O that happens with the database. The more stuff you can do in memory, the less bottlenecking you have. But yes, database read and writes, especially the writes, are an expensive operation in most cases. Which is why, you know, background jobs like Sidekick and stuff use Redis, so that it doesn't have to spend as much I/O time. Though, even Redis can have some I/O things depending on how you set it up. I mean, it still has to write to a file. It's just not as much. And I'm by no means a Redis expert. I'm by no means a... Well, it depends on how you're using it. In most cases, yes, it's 100% in RAM, I think, but it depends on what you're doing with it. If you're doing big distributed systems, like you've got multiple pods running your Sidekick servers, then somewhere you have to be physically storing the Redis information for the queues, because if the server goes down and you have to reload it, you have to get your queues back, which means that had to be stored somewhere. With the advent of SSDs, though, disk I/O is really not that big of a problem, not as much as it used to. But in general, I think your original statement is correct. DBs are a lot of bottleneck. All right, so this test is useless. It was just a matter of getting us to, is our flow correct, right? So now we want to actually do something. And playing with Flex, trying to figure out how to test Flex, because that's all new stuff to me. So, need to load balance a DB that is super write heavy. Probably going to use sharding. That's often a very good way to deal with that. Also, if it's write heavy and you don't have to do a lot of reading, be careful of what indexes you put on it, because every index causes the write to be more expensive. Oh. User reads the data, they read it all. How much data? Are we talking millions of records or hundreds of records? Is it multi-tenant? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, sounds like you're taking the right approach. Just be careful of only use indexes you absolutely need, because the writes get more expensive with every index they have to deal with. Would be my advice, but what the hell do I know? Not a lot. What am I doing? I'm spending too much time talking to chat because I like talking to chat, but indexes doubles the data. I mean, it makes it more. Doubles it is may or may not be true, depends on kind of index, the database you're running against, how much data you have, you know, so, but it's more for certain. All right, so we want the output not to just not be nil. Oh, I'm sure they need to have multiple indexes, but yeah, sorting's a thing. You just want to limit the use of indexes as much as possible. Like, don't index every single field just because the field's there. So only index things that your users are going to want to sort by. And it's usually not every single field. They're usually just specific ones. And if they're always going to sort in a specific order, use compound indexes. Yeah, there's models. The models are basically the DB interfaces. I do too. I've always been more of a database type person. I've been doing a lot more back-end stuff for the past decade, so I haven't spent a lot of time in front end. So while I'm doing this front end, I'm kind of relearning a lot of things. Okay, so we want to expect not super familiar with database stuff, so they get to learn a lot. Yeah, it's that's what you find a lot of times. There aren't a lot of developers that actually spend a lot of time in database. So if you do, it's very helpful. It displays all notes. Okay. So you want this to... Crap, I've even forgotten what the syntax is for front-end tests anymore. It's been so long. Oh no, this is output. All right, well let's make some notes. JavaScript's fast at rendering millions of data points. It is, because it's client side. I mean, I don't like JavaScript. Let me rephrase that. I don't like writing in JavaScript. I just don't like the syntax. It makes me bleh. But yes, it is. It's very good at that. Doing the client side things. What am I doing? I'm talking too much. Talking too much and not that I mind talking, and I'm glad you're talking to me. Keeps me from talking to myself and looking like an idiot, but now I have to context switch my brain so I can remember what I was doing. Oh, factory bot. There. So I want to create note. No. Keep talking, man. It's cool. It's not. This is Funzy's project, and just here to hang out and do some fun coding. So I'm all about the chat and talking. It's fine. That's a me problem, not a you problem, dude. If I'm this isn't actually a view. I'm not rendering HTML here. I don't think. I think what Flex does is returns a... Oh, hold on. Let's just do this. Let's just see what it returns. God bless it. See what it returns and be done with it. Okay, so it is just returning the HTML string. Okay. Cool. So then in that case, I just treat it like a string and want it to have text, I think is the thing. Note one dot, I forgot what the frickin' notes is body. Well, let's do a title. Let's just look for the title. It should have the title. Campaign must exist. Okay, so we've got a factory problem. My notes. So you have to create the campaign. The campaign is creating its owner. Okay, so that I think that'll be okay. And if I just put, I think if I require factory bot in my Rails helper, I can stop pending that, right? Right? Is that a correct thing? Let us just see. I usually don't play this channel on Pretzel, but I'm kind of digging this music. Usually all about the metal, but today I'm just kind of digging this. And it's nice to be in a relaxing environment because work the past few weeks has just been kind of headless chickenville because we're trying to push things through for a code before a code freeze. So it's just been a lot. Factory bot. Code freeze. It means that basically we're not going to make any non-emergency fixes to code and do production releases. So unless there's some kind of production emergency that we need to do a patch for, we don't do code. We don't do production releases. There's still code going on, PRs and stuff being developed. But typically that happens around the holidays because you don't want to. You're typically kind of short-staffed around the holidays, and you don't want to get into a situation where you do a production deploy, have some problems, and don't have the staff to deal with it. So you just go into a production code freeze. I mean, that's the long and short of it. Different companies do it different ways, but yeah, where's the doesn't even matter. I'm getting sidetracked with stupidity here. Don't need to care about that. Just put, am I a PM? Yes. If by that you mean project manager, yes. Okay. Let me clarify that a little bit. That's not my official title at where I work. But I've spent my career doing a lot of PM work. I have had that official title. Currently, I am a senior engineer, but most of my work is PM stuff. What's it like being one? I enjoy it. I prefer the project management work to the coding engineering work. It's my favorite thing because I like working with people and working with teams and figuring out processes, internal processes to make things more efficient and making sure things are getting done and pulled across the finish line. That's jazzes me out. Daily stand-ups? No, we do twice a week stand-ups. We do a Wednesday morning and a Friday morning. I've found daily stand-ups to just be too much. It's not necessary. Okay, so it's I mean, we don't have it yet, so that's good. So the test is failing for the right reasons, which is nice. Always like that. All right, so let's go to our. I got to do the plugin that gets me. Well, that was not what I wanted. What the hell did I just do? I just hit my fudge. I'm sitting here doing my Mac keyboard shortcuts instead of my Windows keyboard shortcuts because my muscle memory is getting all dicked up because work sent me a Mac and it's I did get crap, so I just closed everything. It's nice. Thanks, muscle memory. Do we have retros? Yes. End of every sprint. No, end of every other sprint. We do 1 week sprints. We have a retro every 2 weeks. We do a work sprint and then release the next week and start working on the release for the next week. What have I done here? I don't know what I've just done to myself. How do we measure progress? We don't really metric measure it. We have a team synergy such that we kind of keep each other on track, and we have goals for quarterly goals that we work towards. So, I mean, yes, we don't do stories, we do tickets, which are essentially the same thing, but just the nomenclature. But yes, we do look at how many tickets did you get done. Well, it's not number of tickets. It's did you accomplish this week what you said you were going to accomplish when we planned it on Monday? And if you weren't able to do that, did you communicate that you were having problems and needed to push some things back? What we don't want is, yes, I've committed to doing this stuff in this sprint, and then Friday afternoon, you just roll it over without ever saying, hey guys, there's an issue here. We need to talk. That's more what we're concerned about. What the hell have I done here to myself? Why can't I undo it? I know what I hit. Oh. Oh God, what have I done? That. What? Wait. Heavily refactor? Well, I mean, that's... What do you mean? Heavily. Define heavily. Yes, to a point. We'll go in and clean up once in a while and refactor. I'm a big proponent of refactoring, but I don't. It's not like we have a set schedule to go refactor. We tend to try to do it as we're going. We find something that needs refactored, we open a ticket for it, go refactor and do a PR and get it merged in. We don't try to do massive refactorings, though. Generally speaking, there have been times where this is so foobar we just need to refactor it. What in the actual hell have I done? I don't know where my files went. Knows VS Code and can tell me what the hell I've done here. It's not the editor that I want. Did I Zen mode myself? No. Oh, I don't want the Zen mode. Yeah, that's kind of what I was looking for, but... Oh. Oh, good God. Just making a bigger mess here. Nope. Good God. I just hit one bloody button and all hell broke loose. Hey. All right. Yeah, I did escape. All right. Let's consult the... Oh, geez. Oh, did it just full screen me? Alt F4? No, I don't think so. Hold on a sec. Okay, so that got me back out of Zen mode. It's escaped twice, just in case you're wondering. Because, sure, why not? Layout. That's not. Don't worry, Chad. I'll get there in a sec. It's like I'm down a level too much. God, I really hosed this thing. The hell have I done? You know, something new. Yo. Oh, I got the spec. What? Oh, I got in there. Okay, now we're back. The hell? Okay, all unscrewed. All right, so we want to get the notes view. I know I don't need to update that right now, thanks. For X, but we're not doing an HTML ERB. We're actually using Flex. to do this. So what I want to do is this crap. Oh, got that down there, right? So I want to do H2 into dummy title, right? So now I've got a title coming out, should pass the test. But did I not? Oh, because that's not actually created when I. Yeah, and okay. So name is not a thing. It's a body. There we go. Okay. We got a test that passes. Now, that granted, that's not that big a deal. But we know we've got a page that's showing some stuff. Alt. Oh, it's body, dum-dum. Okay, so now one of the things I'm wondering. So generally, it's a no-no to expect more than one thing in a test. So I really shouldn't do this. I know a lot of people think this is pedantic, but it's a bad habit to get into expecting multiple things in a test, because then if something goes wrong, it can get bad. All right, so now the other thing we got to do is okay, so that should pull all both there. This other test. Right? Yep, good. Griping about. Too many expectations. Well, it doesn't anymore, so calm your thoughts. Yeah, I know you don't want to that. I mean, I could do it like this. That'll create them also. Having your little bit. Use create from, well, yeah, but you scream at me when I do that, right? You can't just. Thought. Fix that later. Not my big concern right now. Ah, crap, I got the move white space plug-in for VS Code. Okay. So now that's going to fail because I'm not doing things properly in my factories. So first off, what it's complaining about is my users is trying to create multiple users with the same email. That's no good. So what we're going to do is think the syntax is... I gotta get a shortcut for that, the snippet for that thing too. Think. Do. Sure. Is that syntax? Guide, that's where I'm looking. Nope, not that guide. Sequence, that's what they call it. It's really old. Okay, that's the syntax. I think the syntax used to be different. So long since I've had to use it. So we actually want something like that. Except I like user better, so there. All right, so that should fix that problem. Also, I don't want the title. Hey, okay, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna apologize profusely if I don't get your name right, but Bagaha? Please correct me if I'm wrong. I want to get your name right. That was my best shot. But welcome. Glad you're here. So I want to sequence body. It's just regular. Okay. Sequence easy enough. Oh, so I pronounced the J. Bagaja. I didn't know if it was like a Spanish root or not. So cool. Well, welcome. Welcome, my friend. Ethiopia. Neat. Where are you currently located? I mean, you don't have to get down to street numbers, you know, like general geographical area. Just because I like to know where people are. Kind of fun. You too, John. Where are you in the world? Good God, Restream, calm down. Spitting those out times. I gotta fix that crap. Oh, you actually are in Ethiopia. Oh, that's very cool. I have never had somebody from Ethiopia on the stream before. Very cool. Well, welcome. So are you actually a Rubyist or just a general coder? What's your language of choice? Well, coding language of choice. So I think, yeah, I want to do the same thing with title, of course. I know this is going really slow, guys, but you know what? I'm not really in a hurry. It's just a funsies project and hanging out with the other coders and just having some fun, you know? All right, so is that enough to... 5 years of Ruby dev, awesome. So you can point out where I go wrong here, because I'm relearning a lot of the front end stuff. I switched to back end, and I mostly do project management anymore, so not as much. I just do. Oh, dummy. But yeah, so some context of what we're doing here. This is just a funsies project. I started it because there was a lot of junior devs that I talked to in the Twitter community and got to know, and wanted to give them a place to come and just kind of do practice PRs and stuff just on a project that nobody really cares about. And just come and hang out and kind of talk about different things. What we're doing is kind of a note-taking kind of thing, very similar to Notion. So different kinds of notes and stuff, but I wanted to kind of include maps and image with hotspot linking in it because it's something I've never done. So thought that would be fun, but essentially kind of replicating Notion SO just to play around, because it's got a lot of different things to investigate and play with. So that's where we're kind of at, and we'll just see how it evolves. All right, so I've got that working. Got that, and I just want to just make sure I'm actually seeing what I'm thinking I'm seeing. Yep. So I got the note for notes and or body and title for each of those notes. That's good. All right. We're making not a lot of progress, but it's cool. That's fine. We're just doing our thing here. Hanging out, listening to nice relaxing music, talking to each other around the world, and doing nothing important. Okay, so I've got an index. We actually need a way to enter some notes. Would be nice, wouldn't it? Don't you think? So let's do a... What am I even doing? We want to create spec. All right, so we're going to take the... Excuse me, sir. All right. So I'm gonna have to create the... Oh, also it may help to look at the database kind of stuff we've got. We've got users, of course. We haven't done a lot with authentication, but I'm using sorcery and it put in the base user stuff. But we're not dealing with authentication or authorization yet. A user can have different campaigns because this is based in Dungeons and Dragons, but that's not terribly important functionality. It's just where my idea came from. You can have campaigns, those can have play sessions, and those can have notes. So this is kind of our structure so far. It'll get bigger, obviously, but that's kind of where we're at. So right now we're just working on basic note crudding, but we're doing it with Flex, so that I can stay away from ERBs, because that's one of the things that drove me away from doing front-end programming many years ago in the first place. Is I just don't like writing HTML and ERB stuff. It just, ew. But Flex is all object-based, so. So we want a pane. You guys need to help me remember too. We need to be in a good habit of doing atomic commits. If I'm going too long without committing, start screaming at me in chat, because I sometimes get my brain involved in things, and since we're not working on just tickets here, I don't really have a good stopping place for my brain to say, "Hey, time to commit, dummy." Okay. So I want to, I need the output. Do I really want to be doing this in a view controller though? No, I want this in an integration, right? Getting a little too atomic here with that stuff. That's not necessary. Yeah. Let's move this there. Right place. Spec views. No, sir. Should be under integrations. Oh. So you actually copied it, huh? It's not what I wanted. Okay. Oh my god, we gotta get the... Yeah, I'm trying to think of what it's called. Space. Lies. Yes, I think this one is what it could get rid of the frickin' trailing white spaces. Crap. Tried Capybara? Yes, I should actually have that installed in the gym. I used to use it all the time, but when I stopped doing all the front-end programming, I haven't used it for years. So it's one of the things I need to relearnify. So let us go, before we start doing things wrong, let's go look at some examples so I can get my brain back into that. Right? Let's do that. Capybara with our spec. We don't want cucumber. Zero reason to have that. Yeah, so I can do it. So it's putting it under features. Not 100% sure I agree with that nomenclature, but okay. Let's not swim upstream here. Reacher? So, yeah, this stuff. Oh, yeah, this is coming back to me now. This is coming back to me now. Yeah. So I want to visit, the route shortcut for the setup. In notes, it's the new I want here, right? Yeah. I mean, I could do that, but I don't need to do that, right? So let's just do the fill-in. I skipped the session. What, huh? Oh, yeah, well, because I'm not actually within anything yet. Yeah. I actually do want the path here. And then the click button. Yeah. Call it save, and then I should be able to expect... We'll do more specific expectations first, but we're not even to a point where we can run this test. This should absolutely fail. Well, yeah, it's going to absolutely fail because I have a syntax error, but it should absolutely fail here. Right, because I don't have a notes create yet. So, fine, expected. Let's get rid of this. I don't need that. So I need a... Oh, wait, no, I don't want create. I want new. Right? Yeah. Yay. Learn too many things at the same time here. Or relearn. Learn in Flex is new, and relearn in Capybara because I haven't done it for so many years. All right, so the other thing I gotta have is something like this. There shouldn't be it's there. Okay. All right. And let's just make sure we're getting to the right thing. All right, calm down, Restream. Go in here and put template def. Right, so let's just put H1 here for a moment. Right, because the controller hasn't been pointed to this thing yet. Okay. She'll fix that very easily. Now we're new. Let's do that. Pretty sure. Should change this. Undefined method render for it should be working. Get rid of this crap, and RoboCop can just shut up for a hot second. There's no reason. I don't understand what this is doing. Why is it not having a render there, but it is in the other? What do I do different? That's the index, right? I don't want to use nested. I have to go through and edit some RoboCop crap. Zero reason why that shouldn't work. I mean, it is an application view, so why are you griping about it? Right? Yeah. Not entirely sure that I need to do that anyway, though. Okay. Is that what I can use in Capybara Page? Okay, so I got my page. We're on the right path here. This is all the boilerplate crap. Yeah. Page.bode. Slowly coming back here. Slowly. Yeah, I know. It's an old brain. Give me a break. All right, so Let's see. Do I actually have the right? I don't see high in there though, is the problem. There's no. Did I put? Oh, we're still going the HTML. All right, how did we? Oh, Shazbot. I gotta figure out how to disconnect that for. I don't need this. Let's get the extra garbage out of the way that we were playing with last time that has 0. And then where is it rendering that? Oh my God. Work, shut up. It's nothing important right now. Go away. Okay, so now I gotta get my head around Flex and see where things are rendering from. Yeah, it is. It's actually something I hadn't used it before. Can find it's called Flex. You can find it there, and it is written by a fellow named Joel Draper. We've had him on a few times. He was with us last time playing with it, but it's something that's very new to me. But it bypasses a lot of the HTML stuff. It's all poros and objects, so it's a DSL that's more familiar to back-end programmers, which I like because boy, my brain works, and I don't have to context switch. And I'm doing front-end and back-end stuff. So I need to. So where does that come in? Assets, dummy. What are you doing? So my notes controller is rendering notes. Application view, and the application view here layout, right? So that shouldn't be rendering my ERB. Why is it rendering my ERB? What I could do is just get rid of this because I shouldn't actually need it. And that'll tell me where things are having a hissy. The whole point is I don't want to use ERBs. Okay. You guys need to just shush. Wait this second. Spec, get rid of this. Let's clean up our view a little bit. Too much crap going on. All right. Huh. Oh. Oh, now it's picking up the right thing. So it was just because I had an application RB, it was defaulting to that, I suppose. Seems weird though. Anyway, so it's working. All right, so now we got the right thing. Great. All right, now flex. How do we do forms in flex? Let us find out. Views. Templates. And that's aha. There's an example of something. Nice. Like that. So I can just do it as input. Can I do it? Yeah, it's got the type and oh, I love this. Are beautiful. Okay, so I do an input. Let's see, we'll call this title. This is going to be just a text. Checked. Value. Now, the problem is, how do you connect this to the object in Flex? Let's see, how are we doing that? Yeah, I mean, that's all well and good, but how are we connecting it to the note? Find an event to the input? Possibly. Although that's, I'd really rather not have to do that. Helper. Okay, that's the header help. It's all kind of cool, but not what I'm looking for. Layouts. Well, all right. So if I'm doing a new, then I'm gonna want. Well, it doesn't have access to that. What I need to do is pass in note. Which means I need to have a new layout, a new visualizer. Okay. But I don't understand how I would, something like simple form where you would just say that thing. But let's see what we've got so far. Okay. I mean, that's good. I just need it to be Rails bound. So is there not that chrome? So let's see. Yeah, that's what I want. Aha! No, not that flex. All right. Let's see. So if I were to want to do this, just trying to get an example of what the HTML needs to ultimately look like. Yeah, so I could make some templates, I think, that put... So if I do this, like... I want ID to be... Right? Yeah. And then... So yeah, so that should be all I need there, and then the actual button. Okay. So I think I can just construct these like this. I actually think this way. I don't. I'm gonna guess I can put a label here. So when we body needs to be an area. Biddy? Okay, I mean, I'll go for that. Can't remember. Is it text area or just area? Oh, I don't remember. Yeah, text area. All right, so theory, those should both show up, right? And then I need the Buton, right? So the type is submit, name and value. Should be all. Save. A label. Else. Name is commit. Okay. Does that look right? Let's see what we get. Well, it's there. Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, this is... I capitalized those. That's explainable. Unable to find field title. Because they're not actually... Well, let's get to... Where's the output of that? See, I don't know if Flex has shortcuts like these kinds of things in it. Building forms. Like it would, but... Flex. Not that Flex. No. Aha. Rails form abstraction. October. So this is the guy that wrote Flex. But have you done it? Done it. Let's go into his GitHub and see what we can find there. Do you have anything about forms in it? Table layout. Okay, not in there. I know he's working on a compiler to make this even faster at render, but don't know if he's got any form stuff happening. Let's look at his tests and see. Anything fun in there yet? Aha! Just done. Right, so articles controller render new. I'm gonna go look at how that's implemented. Hey Yoshi boy, welcome. It's a little slow today. Trying to learn Flex, so learning brand new stuff. Trying to figure out how to get a form going in there and see if he has any shortcuts implemented in this yet. Oh, he doesn't. Okay, so let's look in the views at articles form. How's he doing this? That's interesting. So that's... Oh! 2D procedural generation in Unity. That's fun. Oh, yay, I received 100 messages today with Restream Chat. So proud of everyone in chat for accomplishing that goal with me. Yeah, I played with Unity some, and playing a lot with Perlin noise and things to do procedural generation just because I like the logic of it. Not that I wanted to create games or anything, I just like the procedural generation stuff. So that sounds fun. Haven't done that for many. Well, I'm not too many years, but a few at least. So whereabouts in the world are you, Yoshi? So he's got a with helper. Oh. Well, this is sweet. The US? Yeah. Alright, so me too. Down here in Mickey Land. Oh, well, okay. This is fantastic news. He has a helper for form width. All right, so now I just need to figure out how to use it exactly. So let's go back to all right, so in the template of the view, a form width for URL. Okay, but that doesn't include the... Okay, relax, Restream. All right, but okay. It's good. May have to get Joel back on the show to kind of lead me through some of this stuff. Flex, but I think... this is where I want to do this. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Okay, and then down here, something like this. think that I want that. All right, so I want a text field that is title. URL is note, right? Text area. Just guessing at these. And F button. Let's give it a run and just see. I mean, worst thing it can do is fail. Oh, well, it will fail, but found. Oh, okay. Oh. You have some output. I like it. Now, that still doesn't connect me up to the object, so I can't actually do anything with it. But that is very cool. Figure this flex stuff out eventually. So if I wanted, one hot second, chat. Gotta check something for work here. Okay, good. That's a not me thing. Hooray. So how though? I mean, I guess I just have to manually connect all this stuff, right? So that should put the note. So my controller, the been so long since I've done the front end stuff, and when I was doing it, I usually didn't have to worry about the implementation details. Let's just do a little test here just to see seeing what we think we're seeing. Okay, so we've got, I mean, it's ugly as hell, but the fields are there, which is really all we're after so far. I'm not worried about pretty yet. Just trying to get functional. Trying to learn this whole flex thing. So, all right, so if I want to, that's good. Arm action is note. I don't think that's correct. It's not what I want. How would this look normally in Rails? I never really paid attention to actual HTML. Attribute is person first name. Okay. Can I just see the output? I mean, this is what I'm essentially trying to replicate. But I think I have to just do it all manually. Oh. Alright, that doesn't have the output example. Yeah, I just want to see what sake. Alright, you know what? I guess really the only way I'm going to figure this out is to just do an actual form and see what it... I don't think I can do that in... No, because this is in Flex. So I would actually have to... So let's just make a... HTML, and let's put to render that, see what it generates. Yeah. Okay. And terribly concerned about, so look here. So now I get it. I need to get this to render that. That work in Flex? Not font. That hit. All right. So rendering views. There's a way. It. Okay, right. Convert the index template to an article's index. That's quite what I want. How do I actually render? It's the command in Flex to render. I want the Flex using for right. Method in Flex view. Oh, okay. So I can just do a render. Think. So if I like if so if I go to my controller, I to not work. Find out. Way to find out. When is this, chat? Are you bored yet? Missing partials. All right, so I need a part. That. Can do that. Oh. Okay. Action. Okay. We're getting a thing. So we're rendering that. Oh. Okay. Now, so I can just render regular partials from Flex. Field. All right, so now, calm down, Restream. Stuff off because all right, so now what I want to do is go look at this. See. All right. So, okay, I think I'm getting it. I think I'm understanding now. I just want my note path. Right? But I need name. I'm gonna assume I can do this. Right? Okay. chat. So, name and the ID set. Holy crap. Title. Right, so that should be nice. Okay, so it took those. That was nice and intuitive. And I've got the right form action. Okay, but it can't. Unable to find a field title. Why? I don't have a label. I mean, I could just do this for now. See if we get past this part, but I'm gonna want to. Yeah, and I got the route wrong. That's fine. All right, so we filled the stuff in. All right, let's get this label straight. Right? Yeah. Yeah, so I can get rid of this now. Got what I needed. Now I wonder, can I do something like this? Let us find out. I will be extraordinarily impressed if that's a thing that works. No, that's not a thing that works. Okay. I mean, fair enough. So, how do I do that then? His help. No, that I want the flex helper. F dot label. Oh, he's got that. Okay. Hey, Colin, what's going on, man? Wait, what? Wait, what I do? What I do, man? Yeah, it's flex, but shit, I mean, look, we got this f.text field and f.text area in flex. Why not f.label? Good enough suggestion. We are about to find out, my man. He does, in fact, have that. Look at that. Look at that. Nice going, Joel. It just works. I like this. Example has too many lines. Kiss my butt. What? You're bitching, Rubocop. Now, I don't understand why Capybara can't find it, because right there it sits. Oh, because I don't have it connected to the right thing. So, all right. So how is the how do I tell it what it's for? That work? Or can I do this? No. I cannot do that. Oh, I mean, I can do that, but that doesn't do what I want it. So, let's try by name or ID. Let's find out. Yeah, I think it's... Yeah, it must be good. Son of a bitch, that worked. I like it a lot. Okay, so yeah, I got the routes wrong. Yeah, I knew that. I already knew that. So what's the route I want? It's create, right? It's just been so long since I've done the front end stuff. Yeah, no, it's create. So here, actually, I don't need. I think just note path because it should know this is a post, right? Should it not? Yeah, I don't know. I'm okay. Good. So my controller's missing the create action. Of course. I'm wiring things up right. Yep. Okay, good. So I don't need this anymore. And then user. All right, we'll play with that in a minute. I just want. Yeah. So the I forget what the syntax is for the frickin' brain blank. What's it called? What am I trying to look up? Params. What's it called? Params? Come on, chat. You know what I'm trying to. You know what I'm thinking. I mean, this info is only 4 years old in my brain, so strong parameters. That was it. Yeah, so this thing. Yes, thank you. That. Alrighty. Just pop a error up, see what we're. Yeah, so it's not connected to. Okay. The good news is though that it's passing all the stuff that it needs. Well, I mean, from the form perspective, I still got to get the things there, but we've got, yeah, set the stuff I wanted. All right. That is brilliant. All right, let's go in to add this. Actually, it's not. I think it's capybara. It's check. I'm doing it. I'm gonna want this before. My fingers are just not working right today. Odd. All right. My nerve is. I guess that's it. Now let's see if I just intuitively got that right. I think the chances of that. That was really close. Why are we unable to find that? spell it wrong. ID. Oh, did I not put an ID on? What?
Okay.
Why can't Capybara find that?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, because it's not filling. Gets checked. Holy crap, that's ugly. Right. Oh, does it? So long as you Capybara. Not. Yeah, okay, good. All right, so it got all that. Form's good. So I'll have to have a like a current campaign or something. Okay, how am I gonna set that context and all right, well, okay. Let us I'm not concerned about saving yet. I want to just test that you does that pass? Should. Shouldn't fit. Oh. Does. Let's do. All right, so this should get me to passing. Now that's not a valid test, but I'm kind of running over time here. So what I want to do is going to be a really garbage kind of commit. So now we've got a dev branch off the main branch, so we've got a working branch. Next time I get to, in the next session, next Thursday, I'm going to actually start pulling these off when I'm working on a feature, pulling them off to a separate feature branch so that we can have PRs going through and all the good stuff, because I want the junior devs to have a chance to kind of do code reviews and PRs and all that kind of stuff, so that you have opportunities to practice with that. Plus, you know, good habits. Push directly into your branches, push to a PR, and get it coded. So, should be everything up there now. We should have all passing tests, I think. This test is obviously just completely bogus. We're going to want to play with this a little bit. But we have to have a campaign object to be able to save this note. So we'll end up doing some stuff there, but this is, I'm happy with this. Figured out how to use a flex form, and I'm starting to understand flex better and how it operates. And the more I'm learning about it, the more I like it, because it makes sense to me. So yeah, that was actually really fun. So I really hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you for being here and being chatty, so I don't look like a complete idiot just talking to myself. I'll be back next Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern time and do this for a couple hours again. So yeah, lots of fun. If you guys have any suggestions, if you think of things to do, if anybody wants to take a crack at the README, because I'm still going to keep finding ways to not document stuff because I hate doing it. So I'm going to procrastinate, but it needs to be done. So you'll be a hero if you take a whack at a read this. But, you know, hey, do stuff, do PRs, play with the code. It's all for community funsies. So feel free to just knock things around here and have something just goofy to play with, experiment. That's why we're doing this. All just learn together. All right. So, if you guys enjoyed that, please do follow, like, subscribe wherever you're watching this. It's all free. And tell your friends, bring them next Thursday at 3 to hang out and just talk. Listen to some chill music. Colin, I'll put the metal on next time, but I was just in a chill mood. Anyway, you guys have a great day, and until next week, happy programming.